go.
Welcome one, welcome all to Pit Road Productions. It's time for the third round of the high-stakes late models by No Limit Racing. We are here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55, getting ready for some solid heat racing at another one of the iconic dirt ovals on iRacing. Bringing it to you live on the Pit Road Productions YouTube channel. It's me, Rhys Gardner, with Daniel Zippy Salmon alongside me in the commentary box. And Zippy, we are getting ready for another exciting round of dirt oval racing. Last week was fantastic the whole way through. Looking forward to more today.
Absolutely, Rhys, and certainly another new track for me here. But Rhys, we are indeed going to head straight back over to the stream and take a quick look at this grid.
Absolutely. It's once again a pill draw, random draw for the heats. We've got Trevin Fry on the front row, starting alongside Noah Smith, with Josh Holden and Thomas Hall on row 2. Tony Weed and Jason McManus round out your top 6. And then we have Travis Carruthers and Dwayne Hobbs rounding out your 8 cars, currently pulling away from this field behind the iRacing Pace truck. Now, heats are going to be 10 laps each for this one, Zippy, and then we're going to be heading into a C main, a B main, and then a feature with 40 green flag laps on the cards. Top 6 will be inverted for the feature, which will certainly be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly another new venue for me, Rhys. I'm looking forward to it. Certainly it was an interesting race last round. We definitely had a few full course yellows. The race control was definitely busy hitting that button. But Rhys, get ready to take it away for the first race here today at Federated.
We have one more formation lap, Zippy. It's two formation laps around these ovals.
Okay.
Keep going.
I'm too excited. I'm too excited. And I just can't hide it, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly, that was a good song for somebody. And Rhys has now been broken. There we go. We're not even 5 minutes into this stream, and already I've managed to crack him up.
Yes, indeed. Well, they are going green now, and Trevin Fry, starting from pole position, going to lead us away around a very interesting circuit here at I-55. It's super wide through the turns and some pretty substantial banking. It looks a bit smoother than Lincoln last week, but you can see the track has already been well used. They're getting sideways on the slick as they try and battle over the top 6, which is going to be the transfer spot into this feature. Noah Smith currently holding off Travis Carruthers down there, who's working the inside nicely, and side by side again between Thomas Hall and the likes of Josh Holden. It's on for the lead as well. Jason McManus up the front is fighting hard with Trevor Fry.
Absolutely fantastic battle here by the leaders. Certainly a good bit of slide job action going on here. Definitely good to see these ulterior lines. But realistically, the battle is further back in the field, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 4, 5 car battle there, all fighting to get into that top 3.
Yeah, this is fantastic, this battle. Jason McManus and Trevin Fry, are still fighting up the front, but this is where the battle's really at. Remember, top 6 transfer through to the feature grid, and Carruthers is doing well at holding off Thomas Hall there, but it looks like every so often Dwayne Hobbs is under attack from Tony Weed, Noah Smith, and Josh Holden. For the moment, that coveted 6th position being held on to by Tony Weed as the final lap is just about to begin for our leaders. McManus and Fry have been having a great battle up the front.
Yeah, definitely a good plug there for one of the setup shops there. Fusion getting right in on the action there with that camera angle. But I've got to say, these guys are having an absolutely fantastic race. It is indeed the 92 versus, I'm going to say, the 8, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's telling me on my timing screen. But certainly an absolutely fantastic battle. And indeed a win here for Jason McManus with Trevin Fry in second. And Travis Carruthers able to take the 3rd spot.
Fantastic job from Jason McManus, taking the Featherston Welding and Fabrication Heat 1 with Trevin Fry getting 2nd place, Travis Carruthers in 3rd, and we will have Thomas Hall, Dwayne Hobbs, and Tony Weed transferring straight through to the feature. Josh Holden and Noah Smith will have to work their way through the alphabet later on in the night. Time for the 2nd heat very quickly turning around with Chris Bruns on top and JP Shed joining him on the front row. Adam Tyler Scott and Tyler Bickford are row 2. Jordan Shane and Mason Setting 5th and 6th, with Matt Smith and Logan Haynes making the 8 cars to start the Twisted Speed Heat 2.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, Rhys. Really, really good stuff. I've got to say, it's times like this I definitely appreciate you even more as a commentator, and certainly very proud to have you in the Pit Road Production stable. Actually, Come to think of it, you've been here since the start, pretty much. I know we did one season of Apex as I was kind of learning production, and then we got straight into BIS, I guess, straight in. So literally, other than myself, the second oldest resident here at Pit Road Productions, the one and only Mr. Rhys, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my heart is melting, Zippy. I appreciate it.
I didn't think butter could melt.
Yeah, well, I am pretty. I am made of butter, because you could say I am on a roll. In any case,
gosh.
Yeah, I'll leave that one. We are going to see Featherston Welding and Fabrication. Did that come through on the broadcast?
I hope so.
Oh dear. Well, the green flag's flown, so I haven't had time to read the sponsor out. Thanks for that, Zippy.
We'll get to it, don't
Bruns. Christopher Bruns and JP Shed are fighting tooth and nail for the lead of this one, and JP round the outside gets the traction down, and that is the lead coming out of turn 2 there. As they actually turn 3 as they make their way through turn 3 presently. It's on for second, it's on for fourth as well. Jordan Shane and Adam Tyler Scott joining each other 3 wide for the last spot in the top 5. Remember, 6th place is the immediate transfer through to the feature, so they will be fighting hard for that one. That number 3 of Mason's setting is starting to look racy there up the top of your screen, and Jordan Shane and Matt Smith now side by side as well. This is a very intense heat.
Absolutely. Battle's handing about. We got a little bit of a wiggle further in the back, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that was Jordan Shane. He got a little bit looser, and that's going to put him down 3 positions overall. 2 gained by Matt Smith, 2 gained by Logan Hayes. But right now, your hard charger in the field is the number 3 of Mason Setting.
Lovely job from Mason. 6th place start, currently running 3rd. We keep an eye on Chris Bruns here as he's got Setting right ahead of him. And he will have to take care not to open the door to Matt Smith, who's starting to ring up on him just a little bit there in the number 31 machine. But you got to be gentle here. Only 1 lap to go on this very slick surface. There's been a lot of track usage in the practice session. The checkered flag is out, and JP Shed, starting from 2nd, is going to absolutely blitz it and take the 2nd heat of the night, with Tyler Bickford and Mason Setting rounding out your top 3. Christopher Bruns, Matt Smith, and Logan Haynes will join the top 6, transferring through to the feature. Bruns, unfortunately, falling down the order there after starting from pole, but Jordan Shane and Adam Tyler Scott will be the ones who have to work their way through the C and B mains. Time for Heat 3. Tyler Shane is going to start on the front row with Julian Shanks in the number 44. We have Shane Leggett, who's Braden Leggett. We still need to
I'm just trying to do that right now,
actually.
actually.
Prefer to be called by. Braden Leggett and... I see. Shane Leggett starting alongside Tommy Littoral on that 2nd row, with Cameron Stefanski and Trevor McCoy sharing row 3, Dakota Proud, and last season's champion, James Dorr, starting from the back. This is going to be interesting here for James Dorr. I have to wonder how far up he will work it there. He's certainly got a striking car there, outside back row. He's running a bluey paint scheme, apparently.
Well, there you go. I believe I've just gone to fix it. I'm going to apologise on the spelling. It was a little bit... I wouldn't say short notice, but we had a little bit of an issue getting the points to go in before, but we have figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly these dirt guys do indeed like to share numbers at some point, which creates absolute chaos. It is indeed a work in progress as this race goes underway, and that was a little bit of a weak start there from that green and black car, actually ironically of Shane Leggett, ladies and gentlemen, but indeed he isn't going to be still in the battle. As you see, he's starting to spice up a little bit further back with Trevor McCoy getting in the action once again.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a complete getaway from Tyler Schoen, but goodness me,
Oh.
Julian Shanks is under a lot of pressure at the moment. Big sideways moments there from Shane Leggett as he tries to find a way up the inside of Tommy Littoral there. They're almost getting into each other's bumpers for the top three. This is super intense racing, but looks like Tyler has left it all behind as there's contact for second spot. Tommy Littoral finally gets up the inside of Julian Shanks there, barged him out of the way to get into the top two.
Oh, it's getting even spicier further back there. That's not exactly what Shane wanted to happen. And around he goes into the pit wall. And he's got hooked up there with James Dorr. And we are indeed going under green flag conditions as the race continues. Tyler Schoen out in front. But right now the closest battle is indeed between Dakota Proud and the one and only Trevor McCoy.
Well, the caution's just been called by race control, so that will reset things a little bit and allow Shane and James to potentially catch up to the back of the field. Trevor McCoy there, having lost his rear wing. It's sort of looking like more like a limited late model there, and it seems like he lost that some time ago. A bit too much of a crinkle. Looks like it was actually back on lap 1. He hit the outside wall, and that somehow took off his rear wing. Unfortunately, it seems that Shane Leggett is having some trouble getting going himself, but he's just waited for everyone to come around and brought himself back to the rear of the grid. James Dorr has towed back to the pits. So for the moment, we have lost one of our drivers from this heat, and that's a big blow for James Dorr, who we know is one of the most skilled drivers in this field.
Look at that name there, Rhys. Attaboy.
Yeah. There we go. Shane Leggett finally on our broadcast overlays, and it looks like he's gotten a wave around. Yes, we did. We did get there indeed. As, he's gotten the wave around very late, as the pace truck is pulling in and the race has gone green to start the final few laps. Tyler Shane still leading the way, and pace-wise, he's looking head and shoulders above the rest of this field. They're all concerned with fighting with each other at the moment. Dakota Proud getting the move done on Julian Shanks there, and a big look at the side of Shanks as trying to find a way through is Trevor McCoy, and he succeeds. Nicely done. Cameron Stefanski also working his way past. Solid top 4 placing for him thus far. For the moment, it just looks like Leggett and Dorr are the only ones outside of the transfer, and it is the last lap. So Tyler Shane is going to come around here and begin this final run here. And that is a solid heat victory for the number 12. Looking forward to seeing what he can do later on.
Yeah, certainly the first time we had a full course yellow come out in the evening tonight there, Rhys.
Yes, yellow flags in the heats with Tyler Shane winning by 0.8 of a second over Tommy Littoral, with Dakota Proud, Cameron Stefanski, Trevor McCoy, and Julian Shanks rounding out your 6 cars to transfer through. Then it's Leggett and Dorr, our unfortunate miss-outers, as we'll move into the 4th heat. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Aidan Lambert and Joshua Colburn starting on your front row, with Garrett Hommel and Daryl Bass in 3rd and 4th. Dustin Glenn and Tyrell Thornton rounding out your top 6. Cody Rain, the 7th and last car to start on this grid, Zippy. I got to wonder what kind of matchups we're going to be seeing amongst these drivers. Look like quite a bit of difference in lap time between these guys in practice.
Yeah, certainly we are going to see a good bit of a battle here. Certainly my money actually is going to be on the number 90 car, Daryl Bass. He was pretty potent last week, but we're interested to see what he can do here in the heats.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, waiting for the green flag to fly with our pace truck leading us around. Got to be easy on the start here. These cars are quite powerful, and they will lose a lot of grip off on this slick surface. The green flag out, and it's an even start between Aiden Lambert and Joshua Colburn, and it looks like the field is a lot more packed than I expected. They're almost going to go 3 wide for the lead with Garrett Hommel trying up the inside, but everyone's still in it. This is the closest start we've seen tonight, Zippy, but it's going to go, it's going to go to nothing. Daryl Bass into the wall, Garrett Hommel driving up into him just a little bit, and that is the front right gone for Daryl Bass.
I gotta be honest, that was like the most intense race start we've seen so far. I would actually like to get a replay of that if we get the chance, as indeed, oh dear, that is the right front you were mentioning. Yeah, it's definitely left the chat. Let's try and catch this replay quick before they go back into full course green.
Yeah, not ideal. So for the, looks like Daryl Bass was sent right into it, and he hit the outside wall where it sort of juts out, where the access road comes onto the track. You've got to be really careful of those places here at oval circuits. Contact happens there, gets up on the wall, and it's about at this point he realizes he doesn't have a front right anymore. It falls off right there.
Bonk.
And some drivers not too happy with him sitting in the middle of the track there with that problem, but I think he was just taking time to assess it. He's gotten back up to speed. It looks like the front right is still loose. I know that he's missing the fender, but that looks a bit wider than it should be.
Yeah, it definitely makes me feel better about my mechanical work, Rhys.
All right, well, we're coming round to begin the final green flag run of this heat. The field's forming up nicely, and the pace truck about to come into the pits. That's very early there for Aiden Lambert. I think he caught everybody out there, almost hit the pace truck. Dustin Glenn moves up into second place. Colburn and Thornton side by side for third, with Cody Racine and Garrett Hommel trading places at the back for sixth. Colburn and Thornton still not sorting each other out, and Daryl Bass is right back in the fight. Very quick recovery from that incident that he had that brought out the caution.
Yeah, you can see there going over the lower line, and there's been an accident behind between Cody Racine and Garrett Hommel. You can see cars wrecked, but are they going to keep it green? As indeed, they are. A couple of laps left to go. Aiden Lambert out there in the front for Lightning Sim Sports. Dustin Glenn right behind. Again, still green. Joshua Colburn, he's getting in the fight there. He's got Tyrell Thornton on his inside. He's got Daryl Bass up on the high side. And still, they keep going. Garrett Hommel toes to the pits.
Yeah, indeed he does. He's out now, and the final lap is beginning for our leader, Aiden Lambert, who's still under a lot of pressure from Dustin Glenn here. The battle for the lead coming into turns 3 and 4. It doesn't look like it's going to go the way of Dustin Glenn. Aiden Lambert crosses the line and wins as Joshua Colburn gets the outside run on Daryl Bass. And Tyrell Thornton will grab third place out of that one. Cody Racine will take the finish there, albeit at a slower pace, and Garrett Hommel is our sole retirement from that heat. Well, that's going to round things off there. Top 6 transferring through to the feature, and now it is time for the C main. Actually, no, we have gone straight into warm-up, which means I think, Zippy, now is a good time to thank our sponsors. Let me just bring those up.
That's a fair play. I tell you what, while you get the sponsors up, I'm going to go over the championship points. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, at the top of the leaderboard is the one and only Logan Haynes with 306 points, and then it gets into a spicy battle there for second place. Trevor McCoy with 264 points, and Mason Newmiller right there behind him with 258, so a very close battle there for P2. If you have a look a bit further down, Aiden Lambert, you've just seen him in that race there. Indeed, with his next closest competitor, Joshua Colburn, just 8 points between them, closing out your top 5.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there. Only 2 points between Mason Setting and Tommy Littoral there for 8th place as well. And equal on points are Travis Carruthers and Adam Tyler Scott. So lots of competition to be had here in only this third round of the high stakes late models, presented by Colburn Race Wraps. and P1 Sim Sports. If you're interested in Colburn race wraps, established in 2024 and run by an active duty Navy submariner out of Georgia, they design logos, hero cards, t-shirts, plus dirt and pavement cars for decent pricing. So if you're looking for a real life race wrap or some team gear, check out Colburn Race Wraps. The first heat was presented by Featherston Welding and Fabrication, a mobile welding and fabrication shop located in Overland Park, housing a specialist with 17 years worth of experience. Adrian, the man under the hood, has many qualifications, with some including underwater welding, nuclear and pressurized pipe. Give him a call for a quote today, 816-826-6065. Heat 2, presented by Twisted Speed, who we did mention a little earlier. Your one-stop shop for all setup needs. With Twisted Speed, you're driven to success with the motto built around wins and customer satisfaction. Use code Twisted-Infamous to get 10% off your new journey. And finally, Consolation Races, presented by No Coast Customs, established by a sim racer of 12 years. Dana Burdick has done it all, including helping to run this league, a former tattoo artist that took his designs from the skin to the sim. In real life, sim wraps and logo creation are available. Oh, this is going to be an absolutely fantastic one. Zippy, only a couple of minutes left here in this warm-up, and the sun is steadily setting now over the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Remember, the top 6 going to be inverted for this feature, which will add another wrinkle to the start.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Let's have a quick count of how many drivers we got in here. I'm seeing 23 currently out on track. 5, 7, 9, 31. 33 drivers in the session, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong, we're going to take off Dana Burdick because he's there in a race control capacity, but 30 drivers I can see in there. That's absolutely fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got a big grid to go through for the feature here, which is presented by P1 Sim Sports. Tyler Bickford is going to start on pole position alongside Trevin Fry, with Aidan Lambert and Tyler Shane on your second row. It's going to be JP Shed and Jason McManus who round out our top 6, with Tommy Littoral and Dustin Glenn 7th and 8th. The top 10 rounded out by Travis Carruthers and Mason Setting.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. As we have a look at P11, Dakota Proud's going to be over there with Tyrell Fortin in 12th. Thomas Hall takes 13th with Chris Bruns there. Not been his best night, but he's there in 14th with Cameron Stefanski in 15th. Joshua Colburn Jr., he's there in 16th with Dwayne Hobbs 17th. Matt Smith in 18th. Trevor McCoy 19th. And Daryl Bass in 20th.
In 21st place, we have Tony Weed with Logan Haynes for company. Julian Shank starts 23rd alongside Cody Racine, with Josh Holden and Jordan Shane on row number 13. Shane Leggett will have Garrett Hommel for company. They'll certainly have a bit more to work out there, with Noah Smith and Adam Tyler Scott rounding out your top 30. Last on the field is going to be James Dorr, making it 31 cars starting the A-Main, presented by P1 Sim Sports, a fantastic supporter of this league, going all the way back to when this league initially started. If you refer a driver to No Limit Racing and let Kevin know at P1 Sim Sports, you'll get a custom nameplate.
I've got one.
You have.
I need to get a good picture of it, let's be real. It's on my rig though, and then you can see the poor excuse that isn't cable management if I take a picture, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly, if I did shows as well as I did cable management, it's fair to say I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. If I did shows as well as I kept my workspace clean, it would be a problem as well. Tyler Bickford going to lead us away here for the start on this feature. And look at how slick the track is. All of these drivers fanning out. No big contact from what I can see so far, but Trevin Fry is making the pressure up there on Tyler Bickford at the front of the field. Tyler Shane, Adam Lambert, and Jason McManus all fighting over the top 3. Oh, yep, dropping back just a little bit is Mason Setting. He's down to 10th spot again. And he's got a lot of cars around him to try and work his way through. His next target being Travis Carruthers. The door opens to the inside there. Got to be gentle as they're 3 wide coming into the turn. Racing is super intense for the moment, and we've still got 9/10 of this race to go.
Yeah, honestly, Rhys, at this point, I almost, I've got no idea. Wait, look at, oh no, that didn't look like it went well. Who's dropping down through the order? Everybody's looking clean so far. As I say that, Cameron Stefanski, he's down 6 spots, so something obviously gone wrong for him. Looks like he managed to get it sorted back out again, but right now, if I have a look through the field, the hard charger appears to be your championship leader, the number 31 of Logan Haynes.
Yeah, Logan Haynes up 5 positions to 17th place, and he'll have a little bit of clear air ahead of him to try and experiment with lines a little. The battle for the top 2 is starting to heat up as well. Trevin Fry has been working the outside for a long time there. Actually, my mistake, that's a battle for second. Bickford has left them in the dust, and now Tyler Shane is absolutely monstering the back of Trevin Fry, who sets the fastest lap of the race so far at 12.8. He's been working that high line from the start, and it's working for him.
Well, fair play to him, but right now we're going to have a new challenge entering the race leader soon, very soon. Tyler Bickford there. He's already starting to approach up on lap traffic. You can see Noah Smith at the back of the field there as further back. We've gone yellow flag, ladies and gentlemen. Yellow flag. I believe this with McManus.
And I'm seeing up in the wall is the number 92 of McManus. So let's see how that happened. It doesn't look like any other cars were involved. He just went too hot into the turn and collected the wall.
Fair play, and I can't say that I fault race control for going for a yellow flag on that. Certainly, it's there's a lot happening in a very short track, and I got to admit, it's an absolute hoot race.
Yeah, for sure. I-55 is a fantastic track. I've seen sprint car races here before in the sim, and it is a magnificent circuit. I gotta say, despite the track being so slick, we are getting some great racing. There's the drivers can basically put their car anywhere they want on the circuit, and they have the same amount of grip, which is none.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging for sure.
Oh, super challenging. Well, Tyler Bickford has been pretty much head and shoulders above the rest so far. The East Coast Sim Sports number 07 is going to take the green flag here. A really heavy field with still some drivers trying to get up to speed and catch up to the back of the pack at the back of the field, like Shanks, Holden, and McManus. But the green flag has already flown, and now Trevin Fry has another chance to attack the 07.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. We're going to look back further in the field there. You can see Mason Settings get into a battle here with JP Shed, I believe. Certainly the pair of them are going at it. We're trying, honestly, there's so many cars going. I'm spoiled for choice. Aiden Lambert getting in about. Everybody is getting in about. It's fair to say this is definitely one of the series where you're always going to have someone to fight with. We're having a little bit further back there. Is that Daryl Bass there? He's getting in the scrap. Rhys, pick a target, buddy, because honestly, with a field this big, you can't miss.
I think we need basically just like a wide blimp shot of the whole track at this point. There's racing absolutely everywhere, and the camera angles don't quite do justice to how much racing is going on. Yeah, that's great. That is great. Look at how many cars are occupying a single turn there. Contact between Mason Setting and Aiden Lambert ever so briefly. Setting went very wide indeed, very sideways, and up into the wall goes JP Shed there. Tries to cut down there in the black 06 machine, but now he's under attack from 3 cars headed up by Tommy Literal.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. We're going to have a look at this battle here with Carruthers and Literal. Literal now trying to get in on the action as they're going 2, almost 3 wide, depending on the corner. Just ahead of him, you can see Tyrell Fortin getting in on the action. Pressure ahead, pressure behind, and almost a little bit of accordion happening further back there. Looks like Colburn getting involved in on the action as well.
All of this fighting is happening up the back end of the top 10 at least. This is crazy. Literal holding on to 10th spot. Colburn here in 12th. He's up 4 positions. Daryl Bass is the hard charger at the moment in that number 90 running up high in the background. He is up 7 positions now, and just in time for the next caution. It looks like someone stopped down low.
Let me try and have a look for you there, Rhys. I think I've got an idea on what we're going to need to do, but bear with me here. I'm going to try and
Josh
find
Holden. Josh Holden and Cameron Stefanski coming together there. Holden in particular. That number 71 down low. And it looks like he caught the inside wall there. And I think that might have done a number on his front left. Or was it contact from behind? It was. And ultimately, getting the wall collected again. Very good avoidance from a lot of them there. But then... yeah, that's Stefanski, who I think got some contact himself as they were all trying to check up.
Fair play to him. There's a lot happening in a very short space of time.
So much happens in a dirt oval race, and one of the things that happens is that caution laps don't count. So we've had a couple of cautions so far in the feature, and we are not yet halfway through the scheduled amount of green flag laps. We have got a lot more of this to come, Zippy.
Absolutely, and certainly I'm having an absolute hoot of a time here, and it's a lot. Like, honestly, I mean, look at the fan turnout. We got absolutely great participation from the fans, and I can't blame them in the slightest. 700 horsepower V8s, 30 car fields. What's not to like?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the one of the things I love the most about dirt racing is the cars are powerful. They're very grunty, and there's more often than not a ton of cars that are all fighting for the same bit of racetrack on a track that has a very low grip surface. It has everything you want for solid action. Well, as they cross the line, it looks like we're going to be staying out for a couple more laps at least. So we've got a bit more time to think about where people are and where they're going. The lead for Tyler Bickford has been uncontested so far. Started from pole, didn't look back. We've had up 4 positions for Tyrell Thornton. And, sorry, my apologies, up 4 positions for Thornton. And still, Joshua Colburn up 6 places, with Daryl Bass gaining the most at 7, from 20th to 13th. But there's been big gainers all throughout this field. Lights almost coming out on the pace car here.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, Rhys. We are indeed going to try and do some weird and wonderful things, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us.
Indeed, yes. I see your message, and I will see what I can do to sort that out. We do have a lot of work to do here for the run to the checkered flag. Lights are out on the pace car, and we'll see plenty of big, bad, hard and fast racing to bring us to the green flag. Tyler Bickford taking the green flag there with Trevor Fry. Trevor Fry keeping him honest there in second, and oh my goodness, all of the racing is going off there. Trevor, he's been working the high line since the start, and he's starting to work through it better. The caution is back out again.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you why that one happened. I believe it may have been with Shane Leggett, but you're going to have to not quote me on that one, Rhys. There was a lot. Shane Leggett, I say that has indeed gone to the pits. Let's try and take a quick peek.
And Julian Shanks looks to be falling down the order as well. So Leggett gets a tap from the number 15, and then it's 3 wide. And oh dear. Yeah, that's not ideal. That involved quite a few cars, and that's Julian Shanks who got rear-ended there. And unfortunately, that'll leave quite a few cars damaged. No fast repairs, apparently, according to the drivers. So if they need to come in for damage, they'll be spending a bit of time in there.
Yeah, definitely fair play on that one, Rhys.
Well, we will see the field come through to another green flag start here. Lights already out on the pace truck. You're asking me to pick a battle, and tell you what, I'm just going to pick a random position and keep an eye on Cody Racine in the midfield, Zippy. We'll see what we can do to bring you as much of this action as we can, as Mason Setting is going to keep third on the restart there. The 06 is up in the wall. That's JP Shed that's falling down the order. The yellow has come back out. We barely completed a lap the last couple of cautions running.
Oh, definitely some interesting stuff here. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to get you guys up a second feed here, and it's fair to say it's not playing the game. But you know what we are going to do? We're going to interrupt the stream very briefly, ladies and gentlemen. And we should be live.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's see what we can do to bring you the rest of this action here as we are about to go green. And we'll get ready with Tyler Bickford leading the race here. Well, looks like caution's being extended again, Zippy. It looks like there's a car stopped up the top of the field there. The 75 has come a cropper somewhere along the line. That's Joshua Colburn potentially serving some kind of penalty.
Definitely a little bit unfortunate. As ladies and gentlemen, we can tell you there is another little battle screen happening in the bottom just for you. Terrible English. My apologies.
Yes, indeed. Well, I am focusing on the area of Cody Racine further down, so we'll see what kind of battles eventuate from that one while we're racing, and that's up on screen. I won't be able to click around to see other cars because you guys don't want to see my iRacing heads-up display, but we'll see what happens in the area of that number 17, waiting further for the run to the green flag. We've made it past the halfway point in terms of laps, and we are away. Yes, indeed. Oh, okay. So Tyler, Shane, and Mason Setting are still finding their way through, but Racine on my end has got a huge amount of cars up ahead of him there. Tyler Bickford and Trevin Fry still together at the front of this field. They're almost going 3 wide in the area of 13th and 14th. This is fantastic racing, Zippy.
Well, I gotta say, we gotta give a huge shout out to the number 90 car. He's currently up a massive 13 spots, but let's not give him all the credit there. Up 12 spots is Jordan Sherwin, as is 11 spots for Cody Racine, and not only that, 10 spots each from James Orr and Adam Tyler Scott further back in the field. But already the racing is absolutely intense. Tyler Bickford, he's been able to hold on, but for how long, ladies and gentlemen? Trevin Fry has been keeping him honest, as Tyler Sherwin really keeping him honest as well. Battles happening throughout the entire grid, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, huge fighting, and Racine was just about taken by the number 19 of Dakota Proud, who's trying to work his way back up. Racine, Bass, and Shane are your hard chargers. Bass up to 7th place now. Or 8th now, but he is fighting for that 7th and looking at 13 positions gained. Racine and Shane up 12 and 13 positions each. This is a magnificent run through the field for all of those drivers. But Trevin Fry and, well, actually Trevin Fry taking the lead from Tyler Bickford as there's a car on the wall. Looks like either Christopher Bruns or Jordan Shane. I'm not sure. Check your Discord, Zippy. I need your feed. Oh, there's a crash at the back. Oh, dear. Caution is out just in time.
I know why. I'll get you a feed. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We have good intentions and not necessarily... we try to give you a second camera, and instead we get rid of the commentator's camera. You're welcome, Rhys.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, thank you very much. Very scrumptious. Please, sir, may I have some more?
There you go.
Yes, indeed. Well, there we go. Finally, I have my production feedback. Thank you, Zippy.
Sorry, Bob.
Maybe...
Not the first time, and it definitely won't be the last.
Next time, let's decide at the start of a stream if we want to have a second feed.
But, I didn't plan on it, all right? I'm sorry. Good intentions.
Well, what I'm saying is, let's plan on it. Make those good intentions
You're right.
work out well.
You're right. So the guys watching this, you're welcome, and we'll do better.
Yeah. We will. Look, we've served the purpose of providing this action with some fantastic racing that we've been proud to showcase here in the high stakes late models by No Limit Racing. But Trevin Fry, very significant development up the front of the field on that green flag run. He has taken the lead from Tyler Bickford. It's the first time we've seen Bickford under threat in this round, and there's only going to be 11 laps to go or so when they come around to start this. So game on, Zippy. This is going to be fun.
Oh, absolutely is. We do have a cheer for Thomas Hall in the chat from Edward Westbrook, a.k.a. Sinister Chaos. Obviously, this guy must drive. Certainly, with a name like that, it's almost like I've been driving, ladies and gentlemen. But that's Thomas Hall getting a cheer from a fan there in the chat. Edward Westbrook, thank you for joining us in the chat. As the pace truck would have just got mullered as this race gets back underway.
Certainly does. Here they come into the third turn there. Tyler Bickford trying to get back past Trevin Fry, and it looks like he's going to be just ahead at the line. That's a good response there from Bickford. Mason Setting and Tyler Shane right with them there, the top four all together. It seems the track has developed, and there are some drivers that are dealing with it a little better than others. Cody Racine on my end is up to round about 10th place. It's a great run through the field for him, up 14 positions as they're side by side for second. Mason Setting now gets up the inside of Trevin Fry there, and his next target is going to be Bickford, or is it going to be Fry's left-hand side?
Yeah, certainly it looked like a little bit of a contact there, but Mason Setting is doing a really good job there in third. But right now, he has contact on the inside, and I say that's Tyler Schoon. Tyler Schoon looking to try and make a move. Rhys, what's happening? Yellow flag, Garrett Hummel. Oh my gosh, is that Hummel in the wall?
Yeah, it's Hummel. He's towed back to the pit lane, and it looks like Dwayne Hobbs and Tony Weed have unfortunately fallen by the wayside as well. That is far from ideal. Let's see what happened here. Focusing on Tony Weed, and oh no, it looks like the 18. That's not Cody Racine. I think it might be James Dorr. I'm not too sure. It was a bluey car, but sent around. And that's ultimately what brought out the caution, but not much of a checkup there from the car that came in there. So far from ideal. So what happened here to Hummel? Oh, okay. So he came into that one, I think a combination of internet problems for the other drivers and maybe a slight latency problem there for Garrett Hummel. That's unfortunate there.
Yeah, definitely a little bit unfortunate indeed. But I've got to say a huge thank you to Rhys there for giving us that second feed. Definitely adds to the little bit of the action. Honestly, this is probably the race series that needs this the most, ladies and gentlemen. Like, there's battles happening throughout. By all means, Rhys, mix it up if you want to, buddy. Like, I don't mind. I'll try and keep the main prod feed on the lead battles if you want to try and capture the rest, and we'll just keep switching back between the commentary if you like. How are you think?
If you're all right. If you're all right with seeing my iRacing heads up display occasionally, then yeah.
Do what you need to do, buddy. It is what it is.
All right. Make our way through for the final 8 laps of this race, and it looks like we're going to potentially go green here. Tony Weed been given an end-of-line penalty. I don't see any evidence there of people going for single-file restarts. Let's have a look at Jordan Shane on my end, the number 12. He's certainly looking pacey. He has joined Cody Racine in firing up through the field, and Daryl Bass is still right there as well in 10th place, up 10 places. It's a battle of the hard chargers there as we get ready for this green flag, and it looks like a single file restart coming our way to make it 7 laps to go. Let's go, Zippy. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know why there's a single file restart, ladies and gentlemen. Race control trying to get a clean start. As I say that, almost getting 2 file there. A little bit cheeky there, perhaps, from Mason Setting. As the racing does indeed get back underway. Tyler Bickford up there in the front. Mason Setting in second. And the battle is indeed going for third. Tyler Schoon, one of the Schoon brothers, is having a great battle there with Trevin Fry.
Oh, look at the run around the outside from Tyler there. He's feeding the right rear to the wall, and he is riding up against it to try and get as much of a run as he can and get into the podium positions. There is Trevin Fry. Fantastic job, but 6 laps to go. Oh, yeah, a little bit of contact there up the front, and some contact in the midfield as well around the Jordan Shane area, fighting with Dakota Proud for 13th place. Daryl Bass and Tyrell Thornton fighting for 7th and 8th as well. Can Tyler Shane hold on to that podium spot there as Bass is looking at 7th place? He's going to try and get underneath Tyrell Thornton, but I don't know if that's going to work. The caution is back out again with 4 to go.
Well, let's try and figure out why that happened there, Rhys. I have a feeling it's something to do with Josh Holden.
So Josh Holden on his own at the back of the field there with plenty of damage to his car. He's already been in the wars throughout this feature, but it looks like the rear end just went on him there, unfortunately, and that's when he decided to call it a night. Commiserations to Josh Holden. Hopefully next week goes better.
Fair play to him. I've tried driving these cars, and Rhys, honestly, The fact these guys can make it around consecutive laps is just sheer recognition of talent in its own right. There is a lot of power on a very loose, slippery surface. And then not only that, you see what fascinates me about this, you see a guy take the low line, guy get the high line, and they can cross the start finish at the same time. It absolutely boggles my mind, the difference in grip here.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, one thing that I love about short track oval racing is that every lap flows directly into the next, and on a dirt surface that is multiplied tenfold. You have to keep the flow up in order to get those fast times. You can't think about individual laps like you sometimes can on a road course or something to that effect. You need to think about the entire run. Speaking of the run, here it is. 4 laps to go. Make that 3 as we make our way around in the hands of Tyler Bickford. And he has held on to this lead for a long time. But can Mason Setting get anything done on it? The caution's back out again. It looks like we're going to have a dash to the finish here.
I'm not quite sure why that one's come out there, Rhys. I'm looking and I got nothing, buddy.
Yeah, that's odd. Looking for drivers who are falling down the order, but I don't see anything to suggest exactly what happened. Tony Weed has already been in the pits since the last caution. Was this him coming out of the pits and being too slow on the racetrack, I wonder?
I mean, it's the only thing I can think of, but I'm guessing it was preventative measure, just so he can get back out.
It looks like it. Yeah, he stopped. I think that. Oh, look at how damaged the car is there. It's lifting the inside left. There's already a huge amount of damage on that car, and it didn't quite get repaired in time. So yeah, it looks like they just did that as a precautionary measure to get him back out there. But I wonder how long Tony's going to last with the front end being in that shape.
It's fair to say he's cosmetically challenged, Rhys. Green. Well,
yep, looks like not lead challenged either for Tyler Bickford. Mason Setting settles into second place with Tyler Shane right on the back of him here. And we're getting ready to start the final lap here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55, round 3 of the high-stakes racing late models by No Limit Racing. Gently does it on your way to the line. Fighting still going on further back, but it is going to be Tyler Bickford who takes the feature victory. Tyler Shane almost got around Mason Setting there. They were side by side across the line, but that's your podium. Bickford, Setting, and Shane, with Mason Setting up 18 positions. That is a solid run. Daryl Bass up 14 positions to 6th. And Cody Racine gets into 9th place, making it 15 places up from where he started. A brilliant job.
I was liking they were posing for a photo then, but then they bailed out. I always thought that was great, ladies and gentlemen. More photo ops, please. NLR, we like this. This is good.
We absolutely do. Well, Tyler Bickford will celebrate a solid feature victory there, and it looks like the number 12 is going to join him there as well, Tyler Shane. So we have our first and our third place cars there with an empty space for the number 3 of Mason Setting. Well, that's going to end things off here for the feature. Tyler Bickford getting it done, 8/10 ahead of Mason Setting and Tyler Shane, with only 0.05 of a second between them. Trevin Fry finishes in 4th after battling for the lead for much of the race. Aidan Lambert rounds out your top 5, with Daryl Bass getting 6th place out of that one. Great charge up through the field. Travis Carruthers, Tyrell Thornton, Cody Racine, once again the hard charger of the field, with Trevor McCoy rounding out your top 10.
As we have a look a little bit further down, ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Colburn Jr., he took 11th with Jordan Schoen in 12th. Tommy Littlewell took 13th with Dakota Proud in 14th. Matt Smith takes 15th with Logan Hainsett. Actually, a little bit disappointing for him. He's there in 16th with Jason McManus. Rough night for him as well in 17th. Thomas Hall in 18th with Adam Tyler Scott. Always a good battle with that guy in 19th. And Chris Bruns rounding out your top 20.
In 21st place was Dustin Glenn James Dorr, making it up 10 positions. Dustin Glenn started in 8th but had to settle for 22nd. It was a really tough race to him. And the last finisher on the lead lap, Cameron Stefanski, who was involved in one of the caution-causing incidents there, albeit after it happened. Tony Weed, a lap down. He did make it back out onto the racetrack, albeit damaged. Josh Holden starts our retirement territory, joined by Dwayne Hobbs, Garrett Hommel, Julian Shanks, JP Shed, and Shane Leggett and Noah Smith. A shame for Leggett in particular, who started in 5th. That's a big opportunity for points that he's unfortunately missed out on. But it is time for driver interviews. First to join us will be Mason Setting, the runner-up in the P1 Sim Sports feature. Congratulations, Mason, up from 10th to 2nd. It looked pretty frenetic out there.
Yeah, it was really rubbered up like ice, you know. Some beating and banging, 31 cars. It was a little more tougher this race for me than what it was at Lincoln. It was tougher drivers, a little tougher people, some new ones, but I had to drive from 10th to 2nd, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, I'm not gonna lie. I used the cushion up a little, so my right rear was used. So, all out, I felt like it was a good night for me.
Yeah, it definitely was a good night. Speaking about the cautions and the tyre management that you needed to employ, a lot of cautions in the back half of that race, including one just a couple of laps from the end. Do you think if that caution hadn't come out, you would have had something for Tyler?
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say I would. He was pretty quick, but if that caution came out, that caution kind of helped me to let me cool my right rear down because it was spinning a little bit, and I was able to catch traction when that caution came out because it cooled down. But yeah, I think that caution helped me a little bit.
Well, that's good to hear. We'll certainly be seeing you again at the next round of the series. This is going to be a very interesting one indeed. So, you know, I guess, what are you expecting for the next round at Bristol Dirt, which is going to be a wide open high banked venue?
Oh God. Yeah, it's gonna be wide open. Probably people. It might be slick. I don't know. It's been a little bit since I've been there. But it's probably gonna be on the wall.
Yeah, well, we'll see exactly how hard the racing gets there at Bristol. It's going to be a fun time for everybody, depending on your definition of fun. Mason, congratulations on grabbing 2nd. Is there anyone you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Twisted Speed for being the main sponsor, and all my teammates, and my Twisted Speed for giving me the setup speed here in podium position.
All right, Mason. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
Well, Zippy, that's going to round things off for Mason's Setting there, as we're going to see if we can get some more drivers.
Absolutely. Well, what an absolutely fantastic race that was. Certainly, I did very much enjoy it. And it's fair to say I'm definitely new learning this dirt circuit, as Rhys has just gone to go and gavel them up. Ladies and gentlemen, we do actually do most of these shows here from the Pit Road Productions Discord. So by all means, if you want to do feel you got selected for an interview, head on over to us. We'd like to see you have company in there, as that is indeed where Rhys has gone. But I've got to say, some absolutely fantastic battles and some hard charges as well. Cody Racine able to gain 15 spots in that race. Absolutely fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Fair play to him. Certainly, just getting around the track is indeed a challenge. And then to move up 15 spots, both himself and Daryl Bass, incredible pass. And actually, Jordan Schoen as well. Both himself and Daryl did 14 spots. Looking at that as well, Adam Tyler Scott, 11 spots gained. But let's have a quick refresher over these points very quickly while Rhys is out of the house, ladies and gentlemen. You can see here Logan Haynes came in. He was indeed leading the championship. Trevor McCoy as well. Not exactly the points he was looking for, but did score a little bit better. As I do see, we've got some drivers coming in. Rhys, welcome back.
All right. I only just heard the last part of the word back there, so no idea what you just said, Zippy. But we do have 2 more drivers who have come in. We have the rest of our podium making their way into the Discord right now, and it looks like Tyler Bickford, our feature winner, is in there.
Well, carry on, Rhys. You do the honors, buddy.
All right, Tyler. Welcome to the interview booth. It looked pretty stable out there for you. You were under threat on the restarts, but once you got that rhythm going, it seemed like you were head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, I felt pretty confident with the set going in for tonight. I had 1 bobble and 1 restart, and Trevin got around me. I just knew if I stayed to my game plan, I should have a good chance to get back around him.
Indeed. Well, yeah, you came into this one pretty prepared, but the track was very slick early on, and we were hearing that there was rubber on it as well, so it must have been difficult to drive.
Yeah, I like tracks like this just because I can get into a rhythm and get going. I know it's obviously a lot tougher than a tacky hooked up track, but I'm not good on those, so I'll take these any day of the week.
Well, Bristol is next week. That's going to be a bit of an outlier, you could say. Very fast circuit.
Yeah, I've almost no experience there, so it should be interesting.
All right, well, we'll see if you can carry through your pace from today here at I-55. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go, Tyler?
I gotta thank No Limit for putting the race on, you guys for the broadcast, Midwest Sim Sports, CFM, and Aces and Eights Designs.
Fantastic job from Tyler Bickford. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And moving on to the second Tyler in this interview booth, Tyler Shane, who has brought that number 12 home in 3rd place. Tell you what, this was a tough one for you, Tyler. You were being attacked from all sides.
Yeah, it was. Couldn't mess up at all, or yeah, you were getting drove right by.
What do you think was the optimal line around here on the Rubberton track, if it even existed?
Well, the middle seemed to be the best, but then Trevin, he was getting it worked up top. He could get some really good momentum going on the straightaways. So I don't know. I think the top kind of went away there at the end, and then it was basically just the middle. But yeah.
Well, regardless, that's a good points haul for you and a consistent drive after starting in 4th and finishing in 3rd when we had plenty of drivers with much more varying fortunes. So happy days for you, Tyler. Anyone you want to thank for your performance?
Yeah, I want to thank Free Speed, Shown Signs and Graphics, Shown's Auto Repair, and Shown Speed Graphics, and then all the hosts for putting the race on.
All right, Tyler Schoen with us there in the commentary box. Thanks very much for joining us. See you at Bristol.
Thank you. See you there.
And speaking of Schoen, Zippy, it looks like Jordan Schoen is also in here, so we might have a chance to chat to him, one of the hard chargers in this field. Jordan, welcome to the commentary box. Starting out at 26th and up to 12th, you were working through those cautions the whole way through.
What's that?
Oh, there he is.
I was just saying you started 26th and got up to 12th. It must have been frenetic there working your way through this field.
Yeah, it was hard to get by anybody in the back. It was so bunched up, but the top came in there and kind of made advantage of it till it went away.
Yeah, we heard Tyler talking about that just a few moments ago, the way the track evolved over the course of this night. Is it what you guys were expecting, or were there any surprises?
I was expecting it to not be that slick. Maybe work the track there after the heat race and go out there and warm up and run the top in or something, but no, I was not expecting it that slick.
Well, do you think there's going to be any similar surprises at Bristol next week? A very different track, obviously.
Oh, I think it's going to be hammered down.
Hammer down the whole way. That's exactly what we like to hear, Jordan. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, thank my brother, Tyler, for Shown Speed Graphics, Shown Auto Repair, Shown Funeral Home Monuments, Shown Signs and Graphics, Shown Speed. Brother put a hell of a wrap on the car.
Yeah, you guys certainly looked good out there. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Zippy, that's going to round things off for the interviews here in time for us to bring this show to a close. Man, what a round once again of the No Limit Racing high stakes late models. But as I mentioned, we are going to Bristol next week. Oh man, I have never seen a late model race at Bristol before. It's going to be intense.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, Rhys. Certainly, Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. I'll go admit, that was a lot of fun. My favourite one's still the one, I think it's Eldora, I think is my favourite one with the very interesting berm. But certainly, definitely had a lot of fun so far. And I got to say, what an absolutely fantastic grid as well. And we are going to strive to see if we can maybe bring you some picture-in-picture action again next week. But, Rhys, you've been absolutely killing it all night. We should end on one of your more aspiring notes.
Yes, indeed. Well, make sure to mark the date in your calendar. Next Tuesday night, we're going to be racing at Bristol in the NLR Late Model Series. It's going to be magnificent. Tune in. And, well, this league is certainly not wanting for drivers anymore, but I'm sure they'll take a couple of extra if they want to fill out the field even more. There's probably going to be more people going home next week if Bristol attracts enough. But for now, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. A huge thanks to all of the sponsors of No Limit Racing for bringing the high-stakes late models to you here on Pit Road Productions. I'm Rhys Gardner, Daniel Zippy Salmon alongside me in the commentary box. We'll see you next week.